So a lot of people don't understand what gut health has in common with metabolism. And there's a big connection that many people just don't talk about or just simply don't know. And I'm going to describe that to you in this video. It's going to be something that's so important that you can take with you everywhere you go, and you can actually understand health, nutrition, and really how to function at your highest level. Before we do that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And metabolism, you have to understand that your body and everything that it does essentially burns energy. So when you eat, even when you sleep, when you run, do exercise, whatever it is, your body is constantly burning energy. And simply put, how you can consider the energy burning cells is ATP. Now, what your body is burning for energy is how you kind of connect gut health with metabolism. What is your body actually burning? Is it burning your fat cells around your abdomen, or is it really burning kind of meaningless carbs and sugar and all of that? And that's pretty much what you have to go into this as. What you're eating is how your body burns energy. Now, when you essentially take a piece of protein, chicken, steak, whatever it is, your body actually takes energy in order to dissolve that and break it down, get all the nutrients out of it, do all the things that it needs to do. It burns the energy. Actually, you can kind of think of it as might even use your fat cells to burn the energy in order to eat or digest the food that you have. But if you're eating things like cereal or French fries or any of those things, or even just straight sugar, like just straight unrefined white sugar, your body is going to use this as the thing that it needs for energy. And a lot of the time, the insulin spike that you have will essentially push this stuff as storage for next time. It needs to exert itself for energy. So the combination of eating things that are not great for you and not doing exercise will contribute to your body actually storing fat. Typically, you can actually see someone's liver is fatty just by their abdomen fat, because essentially when your liver becomes overworked and becomes fatty, the storage system that it knows to put all of that to is your abdomen, your gut, your stomach. That's pretty much what that would mean. If you have a lot of stomach fat, even if you're skinny, if you have stomach fat, your liver is probably close to being very fatty, or, is a fatty liver. So essentially what you have to understand is, again, your body burns energy and burns fuel in order to give you energy for everything that it does. So when you are eating good foods, one of the things that happens when you eat fiber-rich foods or proteins or any of those things is that your body needs more energy in order to burn these or in order to digest them. So it takes a lot more for you to digest them. That's why you hear of things like complex carbs versus simple carbs. Complex carbs are slow burning carbs like sweet potatoes and things like that. They take a while to digest, which essentially uses a lot more energy. And to kind of go back to what we were talking about with metabolism and gut health, is essentially metabolism. The reason that we lose our metabolism is not necessarily because of a genetic thing, or, it could be because you're getting older, but in all honesty, it's basically because you continually put things in your body that are not great. And over time, that has an effect. And that effect typically for a lot of us, especially when we're younger, we're drinking, or eating fast food and all that, and really not eating healthy foods at all, you essentially start breaking down your body until a point where, again, you lose your metabolism. It's not really like you lose it, you can gain it back. What ends up happening is that young self that could get past all these roadblocks that you eventually put with eating unhealthy, eating not fiber-rich foods, and very high complex proteins and slow burning carbs, and just eating the fast food, over time your body continually tries to process it, and eventually it just can't. And that's what you end up seeing with people that become significantly overweight, or you have a lot of these different health problems, is because your body was trying to overcome these things, and then eventually it just can't, and it just kind of gives out. But the beauty of all this is you can reverse that if you stop eating poorly. If you start eating high protein, chicken, steak, fish, whatever you want to put, if you eat a lot of protein, if you eat a lot of fiber rich foods, your body then naturally starts trying to use its energy reserves to burn energy. And one of the biggest things that I can connect gut health is sugar. If you simply stop eating sugar, I'm not talking about fruit, fruit and vegetables, even in abundance is not great, but if you stop eating refined sugar or like that processed sugar, your body is naturally going to start burning the fat reserves for energy instead of sugar. One of the biggest things in our day and age now is how sugar is completely taken over. And essentially, when your body is continually burning the sugar instead of your fat cell for energy, it's going to lead to more reserves, more calories, eating more. It's going to lead to all these different things. If you simply cut out sugar, your body uses your fat reserve to digest, your body uses your fat reserves to work out, to sleep, to do any of the things. And eventually, over time, if you fix your gut health and you start simply just eating properly, eating healthy foods, your body's going to start to burn the fat reserves, and the metabolism that you ended up losing because you got older, or whatever they tell you, is going to come back, and eventually you're going to burn the fat reserves. I know firsthand because I did that. When I cut sugar out, my gut health was healed, and my body started burning the fat reserves that I lost my metabolism for because I'm eating healthy. And it needs more energy to do all those things, and I'm not giving it fake energy. I'm not giving it fake sources. It's using what has been stored, and that's how you get to the point where you have less body fat percentage and your metabolism will come back. And as always, if you just eat God's own grown food, you'll be good, but you just got to do that. As always, guys, like, subscribe, comment, and love you all. Peace.